On the 19th of August, 2026, BIGBANG released a new single. It is called BiiiG, B-I-I-I-G, three-letter I's sitting in the middle of the word where one would do. That is not a typo, and it is not a designer being clever. It is a headcount. Because BIGBANG debuted as 5, and the group releasing this single is 3. Here is the detail that makes the date land. BIGBANG debuted on the 19th of August, 2006. The new single arrives on the 19th of August, 2026. 20 years to the day. 2 days after that, on the 21st, they open a world tour called XX Cosmos at Goyang Stadium. 3 nights there, then 33 shows across Asia, North America, Europe, and Oceania. It is their first comeback in 4 years. So this episode is about what happened in those 4 years, and in the 20 before them, and why a group that once filled stadiums with 5 men is walking back out with 3. Start at the beginning, because the beginning explains the rest. In 2006, YG Entertainment put out a group that did not behave like the boy groups around it. They were not handed songs. G-Dragon was writing and producing. Taeyong was building his own sound. The group had fingerprints on its own music from the start. That mattered more than it sounds. In an industry built on training systems and assigned material, a group that wrote its own records had something that could not be replicated by the next intake of trainees. And it worked on a scale that is difficult to overstate now. Through the 2010s, BIGBANG were not simply a successful Korean group. They were the template. Fantastic Baby became one of the most recognized Korean songs on earth. They toured stadiums across Asia when that was still unusual. If you want a single measure of it, a great many of the groups filling arenas today are run by people who were watching BIGBANG and taking notes. Now, before the difficult part, I want to give you one piece of industry mechanics, because without it, the number 20 does not mean anything to you. Korean Idol contracts are commonly signed for 7 years. That length is not an accident. The Fair Trade Commission's standard form pushed the industry toward it to stop the decade-long deals that came before. The result is that year 7 is a cliff. Members renegotiate individually. Some sign, some leave for other agencies, some stop entirely. A great many groups you loved did not break up dramatically. Their contracts simply came up, and the answer was no. So when you hear that a group is on its 20th anniversary, understand what that actually means. They cleared that cliff, then they cleared it again, and they are now most of the way to clearing it a 3rd time. Almost nothing survives that, which is what makes the next part sting. Then, the numbers started changing. In March of 2019, Seungri retired from the entertainment industry in the middle of the case around the Burning Sun nightclub. In December of 2021, he was sentenced to 3 years in prison on charges that included prostitution mediation. In 2017, T.O.P. had been convicted of marijuana use and given a suspended sentence. He left the group in May of 2023. Those are court outcomes, not rumors, and they are the reason the count moved from 5 to 3. I am going to leave them there. This is not an episode about either of those cases, and you can read them without my help. What I am interested in is the shape it left behind. Because a group is not a company. When a 5-member group becomes 3, you do not simply delete 2. Do not miss the next one. Like, subscribe, and turn your notifications on for the stories everyone will be talking about tomorrow. Now, let us get back to it and continue. The music was built for those voices. The choreography was spaced for 5 bodies. The fan culture had 5 people to attach to. And BIGBANG did something unusual with that. They did not rush to fill the gaps. In April of 2022, they released a song called Still Life, 4 of them at that point. and it is worth listening to now because it is a song about time passing and things not coming back. That was the last new Big Bang music for 4 years. 4 years is a very long time in this industry. Long enough for an audience to move on. Long enough for the machine to decide you are catalog rather than current. There is also a structural reason for gaps like this one, and it is specific to Korea. Every able-bodied Korean man serves in the military. For an idol group, that is not a scheduling problem, it is a multi-year hole that arrives one member at a time. Big Bang went through that. It is one of the reasons their timeline has stretches of silence that would look like a collapse anywhere else, and are simply Tuesday in this industry. The members did not vanish in the 4 quiet years either. G-Dragon in particular came back with his own work and reminded everyone that the writing was never borrowed. Taeyoung and Daesung both kept performing, but Big Bang, the group, was quiet. And then, in April of this year, they walked out at Coachella. It was not a rumor or a teaser. It was 3 men on a stage in California announcing that the album was finished and a 20th anniversary world tour was coming. The set included solo stages, and it closed with Still Life. Daesung described that performance not as a return, but as a reset. I think that word is doing a lot of work, and it is the most honest thing anyone involved has said about this. A return would mean picking up where they left off. They cannot. The group that left is not the group that came back. A reset means starting from what actually exists now. 3 members, 20 years of catalog, an audience that grew up and had children, and a genre that they helped build and that has since moved several times without them. Which brings us back to the title. They could have called this single anything. They could have picked something that gestured at the old 5-piece and let nostalgia do the work. Plenty of acts would have. Instead, the title counts them. 3 eyes. It puts the number in the name, on the 20th anniversary, in front of everyone. There is something almost defiant about that, and something quite sad. And both readings are available at the same time. That is usually the sign of a good title. So, what should you actually watch for over the next week? First, the single itself on the 19th, not whether it charts on day 1. A group with 20 years of fans will chart on day 1. Watch whether it sounds like a group writing now or a group performing its own greatest hits from memory. Second, Goyang on the 21st. 3 nights in a stadium is a real test of whether the audience came back or only the headlines did. And third, the shape of the 33 shows after it. A tour that size, across 4 continents, is not a victory lap. It is a bet on demand that somebody has already paid for. My honest read, this is the most interesting comeback in K-pop this year, and not because of the music, which none of us have heard yet. It is interesting because most legacy acts return by pretending nothing happened. Big Bang are returning with the arithmetic printed on the cover. 20 years to the day since 5 men debuted. 3 of them are releasing the single. The title tells you that before you press play.